Field number 1, the Grantsville Cowboys versus the Emery Spartans. On field number 2, the Logan Grizzlies versus the Cannon View Falcons. On field number 3, the Union Cougars versus the Richfield Wildcats. On field number 4, the North Stampede Hawks versus the Manti Templars. Just a quick reminder to our teams and our fans, there may be no streaming devices hung up on our fences. KSL is our streaming partner, so no more cameras or streaming is allowed at the state tournament. Also, teams, remember there's no music can be played during the games at the state tournament either. No walk-up music or any songs between innings. Thanks for your attendance here today and your support of high school athletics. Let's play ball!
Welcome to day 1 of the state championship 3A tournament. This is we will be bringing you the games over the TeamHive.live, sponsored by Centricom in conjunction with KSL Sports. We're bringing you the ball game today. This game that we have for you here is Grantsville versus Emery, number 1 versus number 8 seed. Grantsville in the field first. First up to bat for the Emery Spartans will be Ellie Stilson. And she'll stand in left hand against the pitcher for Grantsville, and that's Bryn Anderson will be pitching today. Pitch on the outside edge, called a strike. Oh, and 2 the count now to the batter, Stilson. She stands back in. A little bit outside there, called ball 1. Setting the defense for the Grantsville Cowboys. Bryn Anderson, as mentioned, is the pitcher. Kira Hart catching. Hayden, by the way, at first base. Cammie Allen at second base. Sadie Castano at third. Eden Russell at shortstop. Next pitch coming from Anderson. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. First strikeout. Strike 3. First out. Out number 1. So next coming to bat will be Hadley Larson will be coming to bat now for. So Hadley Larson steps in now, 1 away. He's continuing the defense in left field. Addison Durfee, Sadie Thornton in center field, and Malia Bowman in right field. The designated player for Grantsville will be Peyton By the Way. Batting for, again, is number 1. She's going to hit the ball into right field to be fly out to right field. So 2 up, 2 down so far for the Grantsville Cowboys. Coming to the plate now will be Aaliyah Cowley. And Cowley steps in as a junior, listed as a junior with a .392 batting average. And she does have a home run, 3 home runs, a triple, and 4 doubles on the year with 17 RBIs. So good batter, number 3 batter coming in against the pitcher, Bryn Anderson. First pitch is a little bit inside. Bryn Anderson, as the pitcher, listed as a junior with an ERA of 3.13. She has a 6-2 1-loss record, and in 13 appearances. So good pitcher with great ERA as she stands in there. Ooh, way inside, about got her. Ball 2 is the count, 2-0 the count now. Beautiful day, but quite warm today. A little bit of a contrast. We were here last week with 1A and 2A, and it was almost pleasant. But this, the heat showed up for this week. Hope these girls stay hydrated, and the officials also. Outside, ooh, strike one. So 2-1 the count, I believe now. 2 away. On deck is Ellie Stoker, in the hole, Bailey Luke. Ground ball hit towards second base, taken there, and the throw out to first base. So that's Allen to, by the way, at first, retire the side in order. So we'll go to a break. Again, this is TeamHive.live and Centricom, also KSLSports.com. So we'll be right back.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they provide value beyond the project, creating places where people live, work, and thrive. For over 40 years, they've proudly served our communities, enhancing lives through their work. Join their team and become a dedicated community improvement leader. Whether you're an engineer or just love infrastructure, they invite you to seek a career with them. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
To dare mighty things means to embrace challenges. It means to welcome a high-energy culture that prioritizes belonging. To dare mighty things means drawing inspiration from experienced faculty and alums who encourage you to think big. It means to be a part of time-honored traditions while also forging new ones. To dare mighty things means celebrating your achievements with pride and joy, knowing you can make a difference by daring to be great. Join us at the Huntsman School of Business, where we dare mighty things. That's the Huntsman difference.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork for today's 3A competition in the state softball. Again, Grantsville versus Emery here. Grantsville was able to go 3 up, 3 down against Emery in that first inning. And so now no runs, no hits, and no errors in the first inning for Emery. Now Grantsville will come to bat. They'll start with Eden Ressel will lead off with Bryn Anderson and Peyton, by the way, in the hole. And pitching is Allison Jeffs. And Allison Jeffs delivers the first pitch on the outside corner, called strike. Allison Jeffs has a ERA of 6.27 with a 1-4 record in pitching for Emery. Second pitch hit down the line, foul. 2 strikes against the batter, Ressel. Bryn Anderson is on deck, as we mentioned. Ressel listed as a senior with a .441 batting average, 2 home runs, 1 triple, and 10 doubles. In this situation, she'll be thrown out at first, however. First out of the inning, that brings Bryn Anderson to the plate. Bryn Anderson is a junior, .410 average. She also has 3 doubles and 1 triple and 16 RBIs on the year. So the pitcher, Jess, ready to go. And Anderson right up on the plate. Hit right down the first base line. I believe that's going to sneak through. Oh, it is foul ball. Looked like it snuck just inside the line, but called foul. So strike 1 to the batter. Bryn Anderson will be followed by Peyton, by the way, who is playing the designated player today, batting in the number 3 position. She'll be followed by Kira Hart, should someone get on here. Other games going on right now, we have Logan and Canyon View, Union and Richfield, and North Sanpete and Manti. Ooh, on the outside corner for a called strike 3. So that will be 2 up, 2 down, and Peyton, by the way, to the plate. As we mentioned, she is the, what I guess you'd call the, not the pinch hitter, but the designated hitter. In softball, they call it designated player. So she'll step in. On deck is Kira Hart. Pitch is going to be a little bit high outside. By the way, as a senior, listed at a .539 batting average. Only 1 home run, but 4 doubles and 28 RBIs on the year. Hit right back up the middle. Shortstop ranges over and picks it up, throws her out at first. So a nice play there by Hadley Larson over to Aaliyah Cowley to retire the side. So again, 3 up, 3 down for the Emery Spartans against Grantsville. So we'll go to the top of the second when we come back.
So you're all moved in. How's your new roomie?
Oh, she's cool. She's also a biology major.
Oh, that's great. You guys can help each other stay on top of homework.
I just hope the classes aren't hard. I'm kind of scared based on what I've heard.
You'll do great, I'm sure. We're proud of you.
Aww.
You ready to go?
Who's that?
Gotta go, Mom. Have a dorm meeting in 2 minutes. Love you.
Hello? Hello? Who was that?
Centricom Fiber, because you don't just need internet, you need good internet.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life.
Spanish Fork Complex here in Spanish Fork, Utah for the 3A State Championship Tournament. We'll start now the second inning in this game between Grantsville and Emery. Coming to bat is Kira Hart, number 4 hitter for Grantsville. She will be followed by Hayden, by the way, and in the hole, Addison Durfee. 4, 5, 6 hitters here. Emery, they won't be batting until next half inning. I'm sorry. We got Emery up to plate now. Mistake number 1, Jordan. You counting over there? Jordan will keep track of my mistakes. Thank you, Jordan. Ellie Stoker is at the plate, number 4 hitter. Bailey Luke will come to bat on deck. And Brielle Tuttle in the hole. Again, pitching is Brian Anderson. Pitch called a ball. Grantsville is the number 1 seed coming into this tournament. And Emery actually is the number 9 seed. They have upset the 8 to get to this point. Hit down the right field line. Looks like it's hooking a little bit foul, and it is. So a strike on the batter. One ball, 2 strikes is the count. On the batter, Stoker. Ellie Stoker with a .356 batting average. Ooh, that looked awfully good, but they're going to call that maybe a little high. 3-1 the count. As we mentioned, Stoker with a .356 batting average. She does have 17 RBIs on the year. Off the hands, it dribbles out in front of the plate. They're going to let it roll foul, wisely so, as Stoker was pretty much down the line there. She kind of jammed her up, did Anderson, jammed her hard inside, and just got a little piece of it and took off to first base, and it did roll foul. So the count will be 2-2, 3-2 now. 2-2. Pitch is inside. Now it's full count. So full count to Ellie Stoker. Down the right field line once again. It'll go off the screen, foul. Today will be a busy day for these girls. They'll play 3 full ball games in the course of today. tournament will extend on to tomorrow and then also finish up at BYU on Thursday for a state championship. It is a double elimination. Loses her ball 4, so she will take her base on a walk. So first runner of the game belongs to the Emery Spartans, and they will run for her, looks like number 16. They need to outlaw ponytails so we can see the numbers on their backs. The ponytails get in the way. We think it's number 16. We'll have to make sure. Number 16 is Ellie. Can't be. That's Ellie Stoker. She was the batter. Number 2 is batting. That's Bailey Luke. She'll be followed by Brielle Tuttle. Fake the bunt, nothing there. The runner does not go. Called strike. Third baseman cheating up a little bit there for Grantsville. Sadie Castano at the corner. Each team trying to figure what they're going to do. See if she slides her hands up the bat. She does come up, puts the bunt down, picked up quickly by Castano. Throw to first base, dug out nicely by the way. And that Castano was so tight when she finally put that bunt down. It was a one bouncer, and Castano was right there. She really came down the base pass hard. But it does move the runner to second base. So Stoker at second base now, and that's a sacrifice for Bailey Luke for the first out of the inning. And it brings to the plate Brielle Tuttle with Hadley Grimm on deck. Brielle Tuttle stands in. Hit towards second base, picked up nicely there over to first base. So Cammie Allen to Hayden by the way for the next out on one pitch. So that's 2 out now, but it does move the runner to third base. Ellie Stoker now stands at third base in scoring position and brings to the plate Hadley Grimm. Hadley Grimm listed as a sophomore with 175 batting average, but she has hit a home run on the year. So Grimm stands in there, the number 7 hitter. Swing and a miss by Grimm, strike 1. Pitch can be outside. Ball. 1-1 the count now to Grimm. Zadri Norton will be on deck for the Emery Spartans with the runner at third. Bryn Anderson trying to dig out of this as the pitcher. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Low and inside as she takes that for swinging away, strike 2. Might mention some of our sponsors today for these broadcasts: Centricom, Jones & DeMille Engineering, John M. Huntsman School of Business. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Oh, foul ball in and out of the glove of the catcher, so she'll return to bat again. Also, Agraria Insurance Company, Beaver Valley Hospital, the Stallings Company, Utah Community Credit Union, Sunrise Engineering, Wendy's, Sam Pete Steel, Central Valley Medical Center. We appreciate them and so many more people for making these broadcasts possible. So Hadley Grimm battling hard in there with 2 strikes on her, 1 and 2 the count. Outside, swing and a miss, strike 3. So they do get a runner, but they can't score. So We'll take a break. We'll be back with more on the Centricom TeamHive.live on KSL Sports in just a moment.
You've seen the construction. Now come see the results. Beaver Valley Hospital is proud to announce the end of construction on the hospital and the opening of our new Beaver Valley Hospital Wellness Center this June. Located immediately west of the hospital, it's a space designed for everyone. From our walking track, weights, circuit training, and full-service aquatics, we're here to support your strength and health as you begin your wellness journey. Join us this June and discover one more reason to choose local. Beaver Valley Hospital. Why would you go anywhere else?
22,000. That's roughly how many breaths you'll take today. And if your air isn't clean and healthy, there's 22,000 reasons to improve your air purification system for you and your family.
Pure Air from Lennox is a whole home solution, meaning cleaner air in every room and every breath, every single one.
Call the Stallings Company to see how we can fill your home with perfect air.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Welcome back here to Spanish Fork. Here we go to the bottom of the second inning now. Grantsville coming to bat. Grantsville went 3 up, 3 down in that first inning. In fact, there's only been one base runner so far in the ball game, and that was for Emery. Leadoff batter in the second inning for them. Beautiful. Well, it looked like a beautiful change up there by Allison Jess, but fell a little short. Ball 1. The batter is Kira Hart. Kira Hart, the 3 batter, then, the number 4 batter. Hayden, by the way, after that, and in the hole, Addison Durfee. Pitch outside and low, ball 2. Pitch on the outside corner called strike. Kira Hart, a senior with a .425 batting average with 3 home runs. Look out, the one came from the other side and about hit her from the other field. But a good hitter there in the number 4 position. And then Hayden, by the way, will be next. And she is also listed as a senior with a .368 batting average and 6 home runs. Ripped down the third base line by Hart, just foul. 1-2 the count. The winner of this ball game will advance. The loser will turn right around and play. And the winner will get a break until 5 o'clock. So, pitch outside, ball 3. 3-1 the count now to Kira Hart. Trying to work her way up. Excuse me, he just put up 2-2, I believe. Again down the third base line. This is a base hit down that line. Will she get 2? And she's only going to get 1. Good job by the left fielder for Emery. That's Hadley Grimm getting over to that quick because it was on the line, but she puts it back, gets it back quickly. So a single, first hit of the ball game for either team by Kira Hart. That brings Hayden, by the way, with tremendous power. She's got 6 home runs on the year and a .368 batting average, but it's the power. 6 home runs and 5 doubles. She's hitting from the left side. We'll see what she can do to try and advance Kira Hart. It'll be interesting if they'll take the bat out of her hand and have her bunt here, even though she's got such prodigious power. We have a runner. So Allie Bree Rogers will be running for the catcher, Kira Hart. Allie Bree Rogers. So by the way, stands in. They do not square her to bunt. She does call a strike, get called a strike on the outside corner. I think she's looking for something on the inner half that she can drive. Right up on the plate, right up in the front of the box. Ooh, throws the changeup. It's in the dirt. The runner goes, and it would have been a stand-up. She does slide, but the ball a little bit in the dirt. And by the time that Ellie Stoker could get it collected and get up to throw it, the runner was well out in front of that thing, and they had no chance at her. That's Allie Bree Rogers once again, now standing at second base on the stolen base. So runner in scoring position now And I believe it's a 1-1 count to By the Way. Hits one, shortstop, pop up, ranging back, makes the play. So again, they stay on that outside corner. That's a good pitch by Allison Jeffs to stay on that outside corner and kind of take a little bit of the power away from By the Way. She pops up. F6 on that one for the first out. The runner does not advance. That brings to the plate Addison Durfee now. Addison Durfee, 403 batting average. Hasn't hit for a lot of power, but she has hit for average, so good hitter in that number 6 hole. She'll be followed by Sadie Castino, playing third base for Grantsville today. Sadie Castino. Still 0-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Did some games last week that there would have been 15 runs scored by now. A little bit better maybe pitching and defense here. But both these teams capable of throwing runs on the board. Pitch right there down the middle is called strike. 2-1 the count now, I believe. Pop up as they can get just over second base into left field, center field. Runner comes around, headed home. The throw comes to home, and they will score a run. So a base hit for Addison Durfee, and that will score the run from second base. So Grantsville scores first, and on the throw was cut off wisely. That keeps, By the Way, Durfee at first base. So she gets the hit and the RBI there to start the scoring. And that'll only one down still, and Sadie Castino comes to the plate with Malia Bowman on deck. In the dirt off the catcher's leg, down the third base line. She has to go almost all the way down. Third doesn't dare come off and get it because of the fear of the runner continuing on to third base. So on a pass ball, Durfee goes to second base. Another pitch a little bit low, going to be called strike. I believe it's 1-1. The first pitch was low and went off the leg of the catcher. A little bit inside, going to be called a strike in there. So 1-2 the count now to Castino. Hit sharp in the 5-6 hole. Not able to come up with it, the shortstop. The throw comes to third, but the runner does not continue to second base. So another base hit here, this time by Castino. She'll go to first. That moves the runner, Durfee, to second, third base. And that will be Malia Bowman up to bat now. So something going here for Grantsville now here in the bottom of the second inning. One run across already, only one down, and runners at the corner, first and third. We'll see if they put the double steal on here. They do not on the first, and she does not square to bunt, so that's a ball to Malia Bowman. On deck is Sadie Thornton, the number 9 hitter. Ripped down third, but it's going to angle foul. Bowman also a senior with a 440 average. And she has 6 RBIs on the year. So again, first and third for Grantsville, one down, 1-1 the count. This time they send the runner, they throw it down, but it's way off, goes clear into center field, and that allows the runner to come home from third. So Durfee comes home basically on a fielder's choice as they went to second, but the ball, no one was there to catch, and it goes clear into center field. And luckily, Castino does not advance. She will stay at second base. So it's 2-0 now. And Emery will call a bit of a timeout here. The coaches are going to come out and talk. So it'll be a short talk here. Again, The winners of this ball game will move on and play at 5 o'clock. The winner will play the winner of Logan Canyon View at 5 o'clock on this same field. The loser will then go down into the one-loss division, and we'll play Ogden. Excuse me, that's not right. We'll play Carbon at 2:30. So that's kind of the setup here as we go into this, continuing this ball game. We'll try and get you some scores periodically from the other 3 games that are going on currently. Here we go, ready to go back again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Malia Bowman. Ooh, inside pitch, she'll swing on it, hit it foul, strike. Again, we do have Castano standing at second base. Only 1 out, 2 runs have scored. Kira Hart and Addison Durfee. There have been 3 hits in the inning. Pitch is high, ball. 2-2 the count. Pitch is outside, ball. They throw down against the runner, and they got her. She was throwing slowly back to second base, and the throw looked like it was going to the pitcher. The pitcher put her hand up but did not catch it. It goes to shortstop, second baseman, and they tag her out. So 2-4. Good play defensively there for the Emery Spartans. That is the second out of the inning. Takes the runner off the bases. We still have Bowman at the plate now with 2 down, the full count here. Pop up down the left side. First baseman ambles over and takes the fly. So able to shut down an inning that was quite good for Grantsville, but they'll shut it down there with a nice play defensively. So at the end of 2, it's 2-2. We'll be right back.
22,000. That's roughly how many breaths you'll take today. And if your air isn't clean and healthy, there's 22,000 reasons to improve your air purification system for you and your family.
Pure Air from Lennox is a whole home solution, meaning cleaner air in every room and every breath, every single one.
Call the Stallings Company to see how we can fill your home with perfect air.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Welcome back. In the Grantsville half there of the second inning, they get 2 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error on Emery in the inning, and no one left on base with a great defensive play there to take the runner off. We'll now start the top of the 3rd inning, and we'll go to Zadri Norton. Will be batting. She is a designated player, followed by Cabry Jensen. And then we go back to the top of the order with Ellie Stilson, as we sit here now for the Emery Spartans. Yet to score, they have had 1 base runner that got all the way to 3rd. That was Ellie Stoker in the 2nd inning. So again, Norton comes to the plate, listed as a senior, 200 batting average, has 5 RBIs in the season, stands in at the number 8 hitting position. She steps out. Pitcher took a little bit too long getting her sign, so she steps out. Pitch on the way. Oh, outside. Going to get the call on the outside part. Strike 1 to Norton. Waiting for pitch number 2. They do take a long time getting those signals from the dugout and then off of the plate on their wrist. Strike inside. She was so tied up on the plate, she thought she could get the ball walk there as she dives away from it, but it's on the inside part. Again, they're challenging those pitchers. They're right up on the box, right up on the plate. Kind of an open stance. But we'll step back in as the pitch is on its way. Fists it off. It's the first base slow roller. First baseman takes it herself. And nice play there. It looked like it was going to be so slow that they might get there in time. But Hayden, by the way, is able to get back to the bag for the 3 unassisted for the first out. So again, that brings Cabry Jensen now to the batter's box. And Cabry Jensen is a sophomore with 120 batting average. And if I say, you know, the batter's coming to the line, that's a basketball term. I mean box. Understand my language, which isn't very good. Pitch is low and off the shin guard of the catcher. Rolls away, no harm done as far as any runners on the bases. It is called a ball. Only problem when I mess up is that Jordan slugs me in the shoulder, and sometimes it's my shoulder so sore when I get done. I just can't hardly stand it. Jordan is tough. We really appreciate pitch is going to be called a strike, but the Barrett Hilton and family, the work that they do in these state tournaments is unbelievable. The amount of machinery, the daughters come and run cameras and produce these things, as well as he and friends. They do a tremendous job. That's Barrett Hilton. He's the designer. Swing and a miss. He's the designer, basically, of TeamHive.live. And it's more than just a sports outlet as far as streaming video is concerned. They stream all sorts of things, graduation exercises, plays. It is something to expose and give the young people a chance to be seen by family throughout literally the world. And we appreciate them. Pitch is going to be a little bit up high, ball. So after that, me pontificating for a while, Cabry Jensen is still at the not at the free throw line, in the box. Ouch. She'll be, after her, she will go back to the top of the order. Driven to the right, up off the screen. And back to the top of the order we will go after her bat is over. Ellie Stilson will be on deck. Top of the third inning, 2-0 the score, favor of Grantsville. Popped up into shallow right field. Can they get there in time? And they do. The right fielder for Grantsville, Malia Bowman, comes over, basket catches it on the run. Nice job for the second out. And that will take us back to Ellie Stilson at the top of the order now. Ellie Stilson struck out in the first inning, her only at bat. She steps in there again. And Stilson again, 426 batting average, stepping in there. Turns to bunt, drag bunt, misses the bunt, but she is called with the strike. So usually from that position they try to slap it, but she actually tried the bunt. Coach has a question, no big deal, back to work we go. Ooh, outside edge, going to be called a ball. She started to go for it and then let it go. On deck is Hadley Larson, the shortstop. Again, out there on that outside edge, ball. 2-1 the count now to Ellie Stilson. Emery has had one base runner so far in the ball game. We are in the third inning. A little bit high. 3-1 the count now. As Stilson works it into her favor, 3-1 now. It's usually considered a batter's pitch here, considering you figure the pitcher's going to throw one closer to the middle of the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike one. She had a good one to hit there. But that really was a good pitch, though, by Bryn Anderson. It was a little bit off the middle of the plate and a little bit low, but good enough to be a strike, and she swung and missed. So full count now with 2 down. Pop back against the screen. Now it's going to make it over the screen into the next bleacher area. So we stay at full count. We'll do it all again. Pitch on the way. Dribble just past the pitcher, picked up by second base, bobbled it. And Stilson with that left, batting from that left spot and good speed. She'll get to first. There will be an error there, I believe, on the second baseman, as she was really having to charge hard because of the speed of Stilson going down the line. So she will reach second base runner there for the Emery Spartans, and Hadley Larson comes to the plate now. She flew out to the right fielder her first time up, Hadley Larson did. Again, she's listed as a sophomore. Tough spot for the sophomore. Burton in the dirt, picked up nicely by Hart. Catching. Ball one. Hit directly towards shortstop. A 3-hopper toss to second base, and that's it. That'll be the end of the inning as Eden wrestled to Cammie Allen at second base. And that will be it for the end of the third inning. Or excuse me, the middle of the third inning. We'll be right back.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West. Specializing in structural steel fabrication and assembly, Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hales Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main Street. Call today at 800-261-1026. That's 800-261-1026. Or go to sanpetesteel.com.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Welcome back here as we start now the bottom of the third inning. Some quick updates. Logan Canyon View is 3-0 in favor of Logan. Union Richfield 6-0 in favor of Union, and North Sanpete is up 2-0 on Manti. Those are the other games going on right now. Again, winners will progress, the 4 winners, to the 5 o'clock game. The losers will turn around and play again. First pitch is hit deep back against the fence, and not able to keep it from going over, but it did not able to catch it. And that's a deep hit by Sadie Thornton all the way to the fence, drove the fielder right to the fence, popped out of her glove. So that will be, she'll get to second base on it. Unfortunately, that'll have to be probably an error. Now we'll take a timeout. Coach wants to talk. So we are back to the top of the order. Eden Russell will be batting for Grantsville. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back here on the TeamHive.live KSL Sports Network.
Jones and DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they provide value beyond the project, creating places where people live, work, and thrive. For over 40 years, they've proudly served our communities, enhancing lives through their work. Join their team and become a dedicated community improvement leader. Whether you're an engineer or just love infrastructure, they invite you to seek a career with them. Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Why did I choose Huntsman? To get real experience, real support, and a career focus from day one. Instead of regular classes on Fridays, we dive into workshops, build our network, and grow together. At the Huntsman School, we forge lifelong friendships, support each other through challenges, and celebrate our wins. Here, students graduate with experience and jobs waiting. We dare mighty things together. That's the Huntsman difference. Learn more at huntsman.usu.edu.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
Welcome back. We have had a pitching change here for the Emery Spartans. Looks to us as we got this, Ellie Stoker will go from the catcher to the pitcher, and then Hadley Larson will go from shortstop now down to the catcher, and the designated player Zadri Norton now will go to shortstop, and Allison Jeffs will go to the bench, we believe, for right now. We hope we've got that right. We apologize if we've made mistakes, and Jordan will hit me again. So, as we said, pitching now. Brings the second pitch. That's a ball. So far, I think we've got a count. Is it 2-0 or 3-0? It's 3-0 on the batter as Eden Russell now has a 3-0 count standing in there on the new pitcher. That's tough to come into that situation. And Stoker, that one's going to be on the outside corner. Oh, going to give her the walk. So a 4-pitch walk by the relief pitcher puts runners at first and second now with nobody out. So there'll be a runner come in now. So for Eden, looks like they're going to run for Eden Russell here. I'm sure that she will probably re-enter the ball game, but they're going to run for her right here. And it looks like number 6 maybe, or 8. No, number 10. I was close. I was only 2. Number 10 for Grantsville. That's Goodnight. Number 10 is Brooklyn Goodnight will be running. First pitch to the batter Anderson is a strike. So 2 on, 1 out. Excuse me, 0 out. 1 strike on the batter, Anderson. Ball low. Who's doing? Welcome back here. We took a quick break, a mental break for me. Jordan had to hit me again. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter here as we come back to live action. Bryn Anderson. And now there's a timeout here. Is there a ball in play? Or somebody down the right field line? We can't see. There's a tree and thank goodness people are liking that tree in this sun today. Get that all straightened out. Peyton, by the way, will be on deck, and Kira Hart in the hole here. Potentially huge inning here for Grantsville setting up. Another ball. Bryn Anderson, 2-2 the count. Nobody out here. Runners on first and second for Grantsville. And Bryn Anderson steps back in with a 2-2 count. Inside low, ball gets away from the catcher. Hadley Larson, and the runners will advance. So now we have Wrestle at third base and Bryn Anderson at second base. And, we have Sadie Thornton at third base, Wrestle at second base with Bryn Anderson at the plate. Going to be a dead ball. She makes contact. The ball bounces right back up and hits her bat. She's in the batter's box. That's a dead ball. So again, runners at third and second. Wrestle at second, Thornton at third. Nobody out in the inning, so a potentially big inning setting up here. Emery looking for some kind of big out here. Swing and a foul back against the screen by Bryn Anderson. Bryn, just a junior, does have that nice batting average at 410 batting average. Pitch is high. She loses. That'll load the bases as she'll take the walk. Bryn Anderson now at first loads the bases and brings Peyton by the way. And we mentioned the last time that she is up. Peyton, by the way, a senior with a 539 batting average. 539. Wow. She's only got 1 home run, 4 doubles, but she has 28 RBIs on the year. So good stick here. But as Peyton, by the way, they're going to run for Bryn Anderson. Also did not get that runner. We'll try and get that number to you. Ponytails really make it tough for announcers to see numbers on the back of the jerseys. Ball's in the dirt. Nice block there by Hadley Larson of Emery. I believe that's number 5 running for Grantsville. Number 5, Hazley Hall. I believe Hazley Hall. Pitch on the way. Hit in the 5-6 hole. The runners were pulled up. It's a single into left field, and 2 runs will score. So, by the way, comes through with a single, but the runners will score. And that's one of those plays that maybe that shortstop gets to that, but they were pulled up to cut the run down at home, and because they're pulled up, she couldn't get past. It was past her. In a normal position, she gets to that ball, I believe. But that's part of the game. You play percentages there, and this time it didn't work for them. So batting now, Kira Hart. And nice block once again by Hadley Larson behind the plate for Emery. And Hart got a single last time up in the second inning and scored in the inning. Scored the first run for Grantsville. The score now 4-2 with runners on and nobody out. Right up the middle. This will get another run home. Rip that just past the pitcher's hand and then past second base, and that'll bring Bryn Anderson all the way around and in to score. Sending by the way to second, and Kira Hart now with the single also. Her second single of the day. She's been up twice, and they'll run for her. And this one, number 8. And standing into play is Hayden, by the way. And she has a nice average too, but it's those 6 home runs for Hayden, by the way. 6 home runs, 28 RBIs on the year. Good power. That was a foul ball strike on the first pitch. Pitch going to be outside, a bit of a floater changeup. They're really staying away from that power alley. They're trying to work that outside edge against her. Ellie Stoker doing a good job of keeping that pitch out there. You don't want to get anything too close to the middle with this young lady and her power. Ooh, inside but low. Good spot for it. Ball. It's one of those things, if you're going to come inside, you better be way inside on that inside edge. And it's where she's standing up in the front of the box on the edge there. It should be hard to get her hands out. Outside again, ball. So I think it's a 3-0 count. 3-1, excuse me, 3-1 count. So you don't want to give in to her. Make her hit yours. You don't want to give in to her. She gets it on the hands. She busts it off the hands. It's going to be a blooper. But because the runners didn't know whether to go or not, they're able to pick it up and throw out the runner at third base. Smart play as they pick off, Peyton, by the way, at third base. That's a 7-5 for the out. So Hayden, by the way, gets the hit. But again, it was in that no man's land where the runner didn't know whether to go or not. And so she got caught on the shallow hit by Hayden, by the way. So we still have runners at first and second. Hart and by the way. Ball gets away from the catch run and that pitch way outside. Runners advance to second and third now. Hart goes to third. And Hayden, by the way, goes to second base. So now batting is Addison Durfee. She got a single in the second inning and scored the second run of the game. We have a 5-0 count, and that's a score now in favor of Grantsville. They've got 3 in the inning so far. Pitch was a ball. Again, pitching now is Ellie Stoker. Hadley Larson at second base, at catcher, and Zadri Norton is at shortstop now. Those changes were made during the inning. Hit to the right side off the screen, foul ball. 2-1 the count. Two and one away. Runners on second and third. On the ground, nice block there by Larson. First baseman Cowley's going to come over and give some encouragement to Stoker, the pitcher. Ellie Stoker has a 7.97 ERA in 11 appearances. Fouls that one straight back, does the batter Durfee. She has a 2-1 record, does Stoker. That's hard to be squatting down and then get up out of your catcher's position, then pitch. That's hard on the legs. Kudos to her. Woo, on the outside corner, going to get the strikeout. Caught looking is Addison Durfee for the second out of the inning. And that brings Sadie Castino to the plate. She got a single her first time up. And she'll step in. She is the 8th batter of the inning. Ripped over the shortstop's head. That's going to go to the fence. That'll get 2 runs in. And headed to second base is Castino. She'll get their stand-up double by Castino and 2 RBIs. So great job of hitting right there by Castino. It'll drive in Kira Hart and also Hayden, by the way. So 2 more across. That's 5 in the inning for these Grantsville Cowboys. And it'll bring up Malia Bowman, Malia Bowman. Ball's low and in the dirt, ball 1. apologize. Sometimes the names, if you do this for 4 days in a row or 5 days in a row, some of the names, you've had so many that look are similar, you start to make more mistakes than normal. Not intentional. Ball is outside, ball 2. Woo, woo. Ball 3. One name we have to get right, and that's Jordan. She keeps us straight. Jordan Hilton, soon to be something, Jordan something else. It'll be low, ball 4. So she'll draw the walk as the inning continues. And we'll go back to Sadie Thornton, who came up, reached on an error in the as the leadoff batter in this inning. Now will bat a second time in the inning. And she did score. She got on an error and then scored. Pitch down the middle, strike 1. See, Barrett comes over checking his watch. We're taking too much time in this ball game. Jordan, we got to hurry up. Swing and a miss. Throw down to first base. Not in time as she's able to get back in time. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the batter, so struck her out. Nice pitch there by Ellie Stoker for the 3rd out of the inning. So they get 5 across in the inning. They go ahead 7-0 here as we get ready to start the 4th inning. So we'll take a break. We'll be back on the TeamHive.live and KSL Sports Network right after this announcement.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life.
You've seen the construction, now come see the results. Beaver Valley Hospital is proud to announce the end of construction on the hospital and the opening of our new Beaver Valley Hospital Wellness Center this June. Located immediately west of the hospital, it's a space designed for everyone. From our walking track, weights, circuit training, and full-service aquatics, we're here to support your strength and health as you begin your wellness journey. Join us this June and discover one more reason to choose local. Beaver Valley Hospital. Why would you go anywhere else?
Welcome back here as we go now to the top of the 4th inning. Emery will send to the plate Aaliyah Cowley, Ellie Stoker, and Bailey Luke to start this inning. And 2, 3, and 4 hitter. It's going to be 3, 4, and 5. Aaliyah Cowley grounded out to second base in her first at-bat in the 1st inning. First pitch is going to be a little bit low, possibly. So a called ball. Bryn Anderson continues to throw well for the Grantsville Cowboys. And again, Bryn Anderson, the pitcher of note, 3.13 ERA, has 6-2 record on the year. Pitch a little bit up in the zone, ball 2. And as Jordan commented off air, that was a long inning. Sometimes it takes a pitcher a second or two to get back into a groove when they've had to sit that long. Takes them a minute to warm back up again. We'll see what happens here with Bryn Anderson. Gonna come inside, but gonna get the call on the inside corner. 2-1 the count now. Callie, they may be being careful with her. May not be the pitcher Rusty, maybe be the pitcher trying to nibble at the corners. 392 batting average with 3 home runs and 4 doubles and a triple. So they may be trying to be careful of that. That pitch was a hitter's pitch, though, and they got called strike for it. So 2-2 the count. There really hasn't been anything from Bryn Anderson down the middle. It's been edge, edge, and high, up and down, in and out on that to try and stay away from the power of Aaliyah Cowley. That one was down the middle. She fists it off to right field, but right into the hands of Malia Bowman. She only had to take about a step, and that's good because that line drive, if she'd had to go very far, would have gotten past. So it'll be a fly out to number 9 for the first out of the inning, and it'll bring Ellie Stoker to the plate. Ellie Stoker got on a walk in the first inning and got all the way to third base, but was stranded there. And now she'll come to bat for her second at bat. See what she can do this time against Bryn Anderson. Ooh, good, a little high. Ball. Stoker, 356 batting average. No home runs by these stats, but 5 doubles and a triple. On deck is Bailey Luke. A little bit low, ball 2. She went 2-0 to the last batter, then battled back into it, did Bryn Anderson. On deck will be in the hole is Brielle Tuttle here for Emery in this 4th inning. Ooh, inside corner, a little bit high. Ball 3. These pitches by Bryn Anderson not missing by much. She goes 3-0 right now on the batter. We'll see if Ellie Stoker's turned loose on this, allowed to swing away. Does not, takes it right down the middle, strike 1. So 3-1 the count now. Stoker won't lay off again if she throws that pitch again. This ball will be driven into right center field. One hopper to the fence, rounding first, but the ball's going to come back in quickly. Nice job by the center fielder, Sadie Thornton, to get that ball back in. That looked like it was going to be a double. It was a one hopper to the fence. She got over to it in time. So it'll be a single, a long single there by Stoker. She'll be at first base now. And I think they've got a runner in for her, as she is the pitcher of note right now. And we'll try and get a number to you. At batting is Bailey Luke. And Bailey Luke grounded out to third base last time she was up. Bailey Luke with a 306 batting average. Ooh, check swing, no called strike on that outside. So called strike on the outside. She checked her swing, but I believe it was a called strike, not a check swing strike. Ball hit sharply to third, go to second base for one, over to first base, not in time. Looked good. Sadie Castano to Cammie Allen, and then to Hayden By the Way. So they get the lead runner in Ellie Stoker. 5-4 for the second out, but Bailey Luke will be at first base on a fielder's choice. That will bring to the plate Brielle Tuttle now, with 2 down and 1 on and a runner at first. Tuttle grounded out to third base, to second base. Brielle Tuttle did in her only at bat. Pitch down the middle looks pretty good, called strike. So 2 down, 7-0 the score here in the top of the 4th inning. 2 down to the Emery Spartans. Number 1 seed, Grantsville. Looked maybe a little bit low. Ball 2. On deck would be Hadley Grimm. A little bit high, 3-0 the count now. So Bryn Anderson in a bit of a hole here with a runner at first and a 3-0 count on the batter. Steps back off to take the sign from the coach in the box. Way outside. So my count's obviously off. One of those that we thought was a ball actually was a strike. I erased that mark thinking it was a ball. So we are at 3-1 now. That was going to be a little bit low, ball 4. So Bailey Luke, or the runner therefore, Bailey Luke will go to second base. In running, yeah, Bailey Luke is, yeah, she'll go to second base. And Brielle Tuttle with the walk goes to first. Now, Hadley Grimm comes to the plate. She struck out her only other time at bat. So 2 outs in the inning. Runner in scoring position. Foul ball. Strike 1. That ball actually fouled off and hit the catcher's, top of the catcher's helmet. I think bounced up and went off the edge of the official's face mask, so it got them all. Norton will be on deck for Emery. Off the fifth, fouled down the left field line, strike 2. In the Union Richfield game, it looks like Union is ahead 10-0 in the 4th inning over there. Back to this ball game, Hadley Grimm with 2 strikes on her. There's 2 outs in the inning, 2 runners on. Hit sharp, 1 hopper. Going to go across the diamond to first. Easy out right there. Nicely done. Eden wrestled to Hayden by the way. And that's it for the Emery half of the 4th inning. We'll be right back on this TeamHive.live and KSL Sports Network.
22,000. That's roughly how many breaths you'll take today. And if your air isn't clean and healthy, there's 22,000 reasons to improve your air purification system for you and your family.
Pure Air from Lennox is a whole home solution, meaning cleaner air in every room and every breath, every single one.
Call the Stallings Company to see how we can fill your home with perfect air.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Welcome back to the UCCU Savings Spotlight.
Today's play of the day goes to Becky, a single mom who just got her son Max a youth debit card from UCCU.
This is a big win for Max, who knows that UCCU mobile banking makes it easy for his mom to add money to his debit card anytime.
It's also a big win for Becky, who knows it also makes it easy to monitor her child's spending anytime. Final score, 1 happy son, 1 responsible mom.
With the assist from UCCU.
Welcome back as we get ready now for the bottom of the 4th inning. There may be another pitching change for Emery, it looks like, possibly. And again, they don't necessarily give us that information. Up here, there's no communication. We just have to kind of figure it out. In other ball games, North San Pete ahead of Manti right now 7-2. And Logan has extended their lead to 4-0 over Canyon View. And we'll try and get you the numbers for the change here if there is one. First pitch is going to be a ball. The batter is the top of the order. That is Eden Russell. Pop up down the right field line, taken by the first baseman, Cowley, and Stoker is back behind the plate. So Stoker goes back behind the plate catching. And again, the pitcher, we'll try and get that number for you. Maybe those of you watching know who it is. But again, there's no communication up here, so we know for sure. So Stoker back behind the plate. This pitch is hit down the right field line, angling foul. Pitcher is number 5. Pitcher is number 5 for Emery. Number 5 is Ali Wild. Ali Wild is the pitcher now. We don't know who she necessarily went in for. So Ali Wild is pitching. Yeah, all we can tell you is that Stoker is back behind the plate and Ali Wild is pitching. We don't know who Ali Wild came in for. And we'll keep trying to divine that for you. Pitch is going to be high, ball. So 1 out in the inning. Ali Wild has a 12.76 ERA and a 2-3 one-loss record. Winning percentage of .400. Going to be dribbled to shortstop. Shortstop comes up with it, makes the big throw across the diamond. Nicely done. Shortstop to first base. And again, with the changes, we're not sure who the shortstop is because that was one position that made the moves around in the last inning. Norton is still in the game. She was a designated player, so we'll figure it out. So by the way, at the plate now batting, hits one pop fly into left center field, drives the center fielder back, and she's able to make the play. So a 1-2-3 inning as Ellie Stilson catches that fly to end the bottom of the 4th inning. So we'll go to the 5th when we come back right after this.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West. Specializing in structural steel fabrication and assembly, Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hales Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main Street. Call today at 800-261-1026. That's 800-261-1026. Or go to sanpetesteel.com.
Well, welcome back as we go now to the top of the 5th inning here. And coming to bat for Emery, and we'll try to get this worked out with the numbers. That is, Norton is back up to bat. She will be batting. Ball in the dirt by Bryn Anderson. So ball 1. Scheduled to be on deck is Cabry Jensen. Somewhere in here there's a new player. We'll try and get that number to you. Ball's up high, ball. 2-0 the count. Ball is going to be a flare to shortstop, taken easily there. Well, she made it look easy. It was Aiden Wrestle made it look easy. So a flare out to the shortstop for the first out. And number 7, Cabry Jensen, does come to the batter's box. Her first time up, she flew out to right field. Again, we mentioned our great sponsors, Centricom, Jones and DeMille Engineering, John M. Huntsman School of Business. So many good sponsors that we have here on the Team Hive, Centricom, and KSL Sports. Pitch is inside by Bryn Anderson. Ball 1 to Jensen. (7-0), top of the 5th inning. Ball's going to be lifted to right field, just over the second baseman's hand. Well, she just about got to that. It was a little flare, just floater out there. And the second baseman, Cammie Allen, with a great effort, just couldn't quite get up to it. If she's an inch taller, she might have had that one. So it's a base hit then by Cabry Jensen. And they have not, Emery has not had a lot of hits, but they got one there. Coming to the plate, Ellie Stilson will come to the plate. This is her 3rd at-bat. She struck out, grounded out to shortstop. And this will be, she got on an error and then was thrown out at second base on a force. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Ellie Stilson does have some power from that left side. She's got 4 home runs on the year. It's driven back up the middle, taken by the bobbled by the shortstop. She picks it up and throws across her body. Nice job and athleticism by Aiden Wrestle, as she fumbled the ball, but was able to pick it up, and then without even switching her feet off the bag, she makes a big throw to first base. Not in time, but impressive athletically. So the out at second base will be 6 unassisted for the second out. And it will put Ellie Stilson at first base by a fielder's choice. And 2 down in the inning now, and Hadley Larson comes to the plate. She's flown out to right field and flown out to shortstop. Runner fakes it but does not go. Ball 1 is the count. Standing back down in there is Hadley Larson. No call, strike there. Aaliyah Cowley on deck. So Hadley Larson will step back in, looking for the pitch. It's a 1-0 count. Ball down low. I believe the count's 2-0. And I'm wrong. It's 3-0. Another slug in the shoulder by Jordan. I'm being bothered here by one of the fellow announcers, and he says that she normally wears her headphones, but she's smart. She don't want to hear what I'm saying. So pitch is getting there for a strike. 3-1 the count now. Curtis Marsh, one of the other announcers on duty today, and has time in between innings to come over here and hassle me a little bit. So we'll have to get him back, won't we, Jordan? Darn right we will. Three and one. Pitch on the way outside. Looks like she's going to draw the walk here, as she does. So a bit of a struggle there by the pitcher. Anderson walks the batter. So there'll be runners at first and second with 2 out. And looks like we've got at least there's a consultation at the mound. I don't know if there'll be a change or not. Let's take a quick break.
As a urologist, my job includes treating kidney stones, diagnosing, treating prostate cancer, and other disorders of the urinary system. Here at CVMC, specialists and primary care physicians all work very closely together.
As a family physician, being able to have continuity of care and direct relationships with our specialists is something we're very fortunate to have here.
I'm Dr. David Sewell, board-certified urologist. I'm proud to provide state-of-the-art care here at Central Valley Medical Center.
Welcome back here as we get ready to continue. No pitching change, but a consultation. We have one game that's gone final. Union defeats Richfield 11-0 in short innings. So congratulations to Union. They will move on to play at 5 o'clock in the winners division. And Richfield will drop down in play at 2:30 against UAB. So one game final so far. This one could be, it's a 7-0. There is the run rule after 5. So we'll see what happens here as Emery doing all that they can to stop this. They've got 2 runners on, and up to bat is Aaliyah Cowley. Pitch outside, ball 2-0, I think the count is. Come on, Blue. Give us a sign. Okay. Ooh, nice pitch there. Going to be called strike. Outside edge. Two outs in the inning. Cowley trying to keep a rally going here. A hit could score 1 at least. Grounder, sharp grounder to second base, fielded there. Nice job by the second baseman, Cammie Allen, backing up, trying to find a bounce that she liked. Finally got it done. So Cammie Allen to Hayden, by the way, for the 3rd out, stops the rally here by the Emery Spartans. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th when we come back.
Jones and DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they provide value beyond the project, creating places where people live, work, and thrive. For over 40 years, they've proudly served our communities, enhancing lives through their work. Join their team and become a dedicated community improvement leader. Whether you're an engineer or just love infrastructure, they invite you to seek a career with them. Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
To dare mighty things means to embrace challenges. It means to welcome a high-energy culture that prioritizes belonging. To dare mighty things means drawing inspiration from experienced faculty and alums who encourage you to think big. It means to be a part of time-honored traditions while also forging new ones. To dare mighty things means celebrating your achievements with pride and joy, knowing you can make a difference by daring to be great. Join us at the Huntsman School of Business, where we dare mighty things. That's the Huntsman difference.
Welcome back now as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning here. And a little bit more importance added to this, 7-0 the score here. And on the run differential rule, if Grantsville scores 3 here, the ball game would be over. So Emery hanging on, trying to make sure that doesn't happen, so they get 6th and 7th inning to keep trying to make something happen. We'll start this inning with Kira Hart at the bat. And she has reached both times, singles in both innings and scored in both times. So 2 for 2 and 2 runs scored for Kira Hart. And then she knocked in a couple of runs also. So trying to get something going again here for the Grantsville Cowboys. To be inside, called strike. So still pitching as Allie Wild, still pitching for Emery. Ball driven high into the left center field, angling over the center fielder. Ellie Stilson will make that play in center field. Came a long ways towards left field to get to it, but a nice job there by Stilson. And the first out of the inning. So we have up to bat now Hayden, by the way. They tried to go to the outside corner, missed on the outside edge. Second pitch. Inside on the hands down the right field line, but foul out of play. Outside edge, inside edge. Nothing to the middle on this young lady. She leaves that one out over the plate, lined into center field. It was taken away from Stilson, but she does make a great play on a ball that was trying to slide away from her. So F8 again for the second out, and that'll bring to the plate Addison Durfee. Addison Durfee got on him in the second inning and scored a run, and then struck out in the third inning. First pitch to Durfee is a called strike on the outside corner. And 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck is Sadie Castino. Inside, hits it shortstop, tries to backhand it, not able to come up with it. And so Addison Durfee will be on first base. Don't know what the official scorekeeper scored that. Reaches on an error. So she'll be on. Bringing to the plate now Sadie Castino with Malia Bowman on deck. Malia Bowman. Outside edge, called strike. Nice job there by the pitcher, Wild. Ripped again in the 5-6 hole. No question about that one. Base hit there by Castino. Moves Durfee to second base. Malia Bowman now comes to the plate. Malia Bowman with a .440 average. No home runs on the year. She does have a double. A decent base hit here will score 1. Pitch is going to be inside by Wild. Ball 1. On deck, Sadie Thornton. Then we go back to the top of the order. Pitch is outside, ball 2. Outside once again, ball 3. So technically speaking, Malia Bowman represents the winning run here. If as 3 runs would give the 10-run rule to the Grantsville Cowboys. Ball 4, so that loads them up. As we have Durfee at third, Castino at second, and now Bowman at first. And Sadie Thornton comes to the plate. She reached on an error and scored in the 3rd inning and then struck out. We've got a runner in the ball game for Bowman. Number 4 comes in to run, and that's Lee. Charlotte Lee. So bases loaded, and again for the run situation, they need 3, and they got 3 on, but somebody's going to have to hit them in. Stoker's been doing a good job behind the plate. It would take 3 passed balls to get him in. I don't see that happening. not with Stoker behind the plate. First pitch is fouled back against the screen, strike one. After Sadie Thornton, we'll go back to the top of the order with Eden Ressel back to bat. Ball's going to be a flare to shortstop, and it'll be taken there for the third out. So they avoid the rally. They stop it right there as we get a fly out to the shortstop for the third out of the inning. So after 5 complete, 7-0 favor of the Grantsville Cowboys. We'll be back with the top of the 6th.
So you're all moved in. How's your new roomie?
Oh, she's cool. She's also a biology major.
Oh, that's great. You guys can help each other stay on top of homework.
I just hope the classes aren't hard. I'm kind of scared based on what I've heard.
You'll do great, I'm sure. We're proud of you.
Aww.
You ready to go?
Who's that?
Gotta go, Mom. Have a dorm meeting in 2 minutes. Love you.
Hello? Hello? Who was that?
Centricom Fiber, because you don't just need internet, you need good internet.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life.
You've seen the construction, now come see the results. Beaver Valley Hospital is proud to announce the end of construction on the hospital and the opening of our new Beaver Valley Hospital Wellness Center this June. Located immediately west of the hospital, it's a space designed for everyone. From our walking track, weights, circuit training, and full-service aquatics, we're here to support your strength and health as you begin your wellness journey. Join us this June and discover one more reason to choose local. Beaver Valley Hospital. Why would you go anywhere else?
Welcome back. As we start now the top of the 6th inning, we do have a pitching change for Grantsville. It will be Peyton, by the way, will now be pitching for Grantsville. Peyton has been playing the designated player, so I'm assuming they just brought her straight in and possibly Bryn Anderson out. Bryn Anderson threw a great game, though. She was through really, really well for 5 innings, held them scoreless. By the way, will now step into the pitching circle. Pitch is outside, ball 1 to the batter, which is Ellie Stoker now. Peyton, by the way, 3.61 average ERA, 6-2 on the year, wins and losses, so has done very well. That pitch on that outside edge is a strike. She reared back and hooked that one. 1-1 the count here to the lead batter in this inning, Ellie Stoker. Bailey Luke will be on deck and Brielle Tuttle in the hole. Pitch on the outside edge called strike. And some of those are far enough out there, they better have to stand on the plate to get to it. So 1-2 the count here to Stoker. Fouled back, fights that one off, fouls it back against the screen. One and two the count. 6th inning we are, 7-0 the score in favor of Grantsville. Emery at bat in the top of the 6th. Driven right up the middle, nice hit there by Stoker. That'll go all the way to the center fielder and be a base hit, big base hit by Ellie Stoker. Good job there. And it'll bring Bailey Luke to the plate now. Bailey Luke grounded out to third base and then reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th inning. So she's been on once out of 2 at-bats. Luke stands in, ready to go. Pitch on that outside corner. This time will be called a ball. Brielle Tuttle is on deck, as we mentioned. Swing and a miss. Nice change up on the outside edge. Strike one to Bailey Luke. Fouled off the right side, out of play. Strike two to Bailey Luke. Once again, we mentioned that the winners of this game, the winners of these 4 games going on right now, will get a rest until 5 o'clock. The loser is not out. They will go on to play immediately afterwards. And the loser of this ball game, I believe, that's a dribbler down the first base line, foul ball. The loser of this game will play Carbon, it looks like, on field 4. So 1-2 still to count. Check swing in the dirt, ball. They're going to ask first base umpire if she went. She did not. So it remains now it's 2-2 to count to Bailey Luke as she continues to battle in there, not giving up easy here. Not going down easy. Dribble her down the third base line, but it's going to go foul. So again, she continues to battle. Good job here by Bailey Luke as she battles in here. Not going down easy. Emery trying to get some runs across so they can nibble into this lead, 7-0 lead. Down low, once again, check swing low. And I believe the count will be full now. There it is, full count now. There's to Bailey Luke. So, by the way, is a little bit struggling here, trying to find her rhythm here as she substituted in this inning. See what she comes up with, full count here. Swing and a miss, foul ball back against the screen. That may have been a dead ball, it may have come off the batter. Steps back in, full count. Runner at first base, nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Way outside, that'll be a ball, ball 4. So she works hard. Bailey Luke worked hard, finally got the walk. Fouled off a number of pitches to finally get that walk. And that'll push Ellie Stoker to second base. So runners on, nobody out here. Brielle Tuttle comes to the plate now. She grounded out to second, and she got a base on balls. So she's been active up there. Yeah, facing Peyton, by the way. Just over the shortstop in between 5 and 6 hole. The throw coming to the plate, not in time. And so a little flare. The shortstop dove for it, didn't wrestle, but it was just outside of her hand and goes into left field. That allows Ellie Stoker, who's on the run, to come all the way in and score. Bailey Luke goes all the way to third base because the throw came home to try and get the runner at home, and it allows Brielle Tuttle to go to second base. So it's a single for Tuttle, and then a fielder's choice gets her to second base. So Emery got something going here, folks. Number 25 will come in to run for Tuttle. Number 25 for Emery will come in to run. That's Cashlyn Marshall will come in to run. As right now they can re-enter there, but they need runs here, and they have a little more speed on the base pass. Batting now, and this would be the substitution, number 9. Oh, and that's Hadley Grimm still out there. I was thinking that was a substitution. Hadley Grimm batting now. And on deck, Zadri Norton on deck. So runners at second and third, nobody out, one across in the inning. Emery is rallying here. Got something going. Pitch is a pop up to the infield. Second baseman's going to step back and take it. And that'll be taken there at second base by Cammie Allen. Nice job there. She's made several really nice plays in the ball game. That was a little pop fly. First out of the inning, it'll bring Zadri Norton to the plate. She has hit it to first base and then flew out to shortstop in her 2 at-bats. Pitch on the outside corner, called a strike. Pitch a little bit low. Ball. Two old account, we think. We're not sure if it's 2-0 or 3-0 here to Zadri Norton. On deck is Cabry Jensen. Fouled off the right side, out of play. Two and two the count now. We have 2-2 the count. That's official now. 2-2 the count to Norton. Pop up to the infield. Shortstop settles under. It's going to take it right there. So she pops up infield, fly to shortstop for the second out. That'll bring up Jensen. So Jensen comes to the plate. And if she's successful at getting on, that'll go back to the top of the order and Ellie Stilson. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to Jensen. Jensen has flown out to right field and to shortstop, who tagged this base at second base for the out. Strike on the outside corner. 0-2 the count now. 0-2. Dribble to second base. This could be the third out. Shovel to first base. There it is. Cammie Allen to Hayden by the way. So another 4-3 put out to end the inning. So after 5.5, it's 7-1 now. Emery on the board. We'll be back with the bottom of the 6th right after these messages.
22,000. That's roughly how many breaths you'll take today. And if your air isn't clean and healthy, there's 22,000 reasons to improve your air purification system for you and your family.
Pure Air from Lennox is a whole home solution, meaning cleaner air in every room and every breath, every single one.
Call the Stallings Company to see how we can fill your home with perfect air.
Lennox, air is life. make it perfect.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Welcome back now as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning here. And Aiden Russell is at the plate. Bottom of the sixth, excuse me. Bottom of the sixth inning. And Aiden Russell at the plate. 1 ball count to her. Bryn Anderson is on deck, and Peyton, by the way, in the hole. 1 hopper to the third base. Nice big throw across. Bailey Luke to Aaliyah Cowley for the out there. Emery, nice job. 5-3 put out for the first out. That'll bring Bryn Anderson, or Bryn Anderson's spot. And it is Bryn Anderson still batting. So Bryn Anderson batting. Pitch outside, ball 1. Little flare going to be over the second baseman's head into left field. So successfully reaches. Does Bryn Anderson with a single here in the bottom of the sixth inning. So Peyton, by the way, comes to the plate. Grounded out to shortstop. Got forced out at second base and flew out to the center fielder in her 3 at-bats. She comes up now with 1 out here in the bottom of the sixth inning with a 7-1 lead and a runner at first. First pitch floats over that outside corner, strike 1. Another pitch outside, ball 2. Excuse me, strike call there. Another loop over the second baseman's head, but the right fielder comes in. Oh, she had a chance to double her off at first base, but a bad throw gets away. Bryn Allen gets up and goes to second base, so had a chance to double Bryn Allen off first base, but a bad throw allows her to get to second base. The out is recorded for the second out of the inning, but now Bryn Allen standing at second base with Kira Hart coming to the plate. So 2 away, Kira Hart comes to the plate. Strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Bryn Allen was up in the second innings, got a single and scored. Third inning, single and scored. Fifth inning, flew out to the center fielder. Her 3 at-bats. Pop up. Left field coming in to get it. Shortstop going out. Ooh, they avoid a collision. And the ball taken by Hadley Grimm coming in hard. And Norton smart, wise enough to get out of the way of that as she was coming in. So at the end of 6, complete, it's 7-1. And Emery comes up needing 6 runs to continue the ball game. We'll be right back.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West. Specializing in structural steel fabrication and assembly, Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hales Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time at 685 East Main Street. Call today at 800-261-1026. That's 800-261-1026. Or go to sanpetesteel.com.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Welcome to the top of the 7th inning here between Emery and Grantsville. Emery comes to the plate needing 6 runs in the inning to keep on playing. Otherwise, the game will be over as we're in the top, and Grantsville has a 7-1 lead here. Emery got down early, looked like it was going to be possibly a 10-run rule, but they have battled since then to not give up any more runs and to get one of their own. So they're still plugging away at this, but they got to turn in a great inning right here. By the way, pitching, Peyton, by the way, Stilson batting. She's going to lift this one just over shortstop and third into left field. She's got one, turns for 2, but the throw comes in hard. So she'll get a single there. So Ellie Stilson has done her part as she gets a single here to start the 7th inning. And it'll bring to the plate Hadley Larson. Hadley Larson has flown out twice and reached on a base on balls. So Larson has done well in battling, and she'll work hard here against Peyton, by the way, to try and continue this ball game. Pitch going to be outside, not going to get the call. 1-0. On deck is Aaliyah Cowley, and then Ellie Stoker. The batters of note coming up in this inning. Pop straight back. It's not quite going to get to us. Clip the top of the railing. That one might have got back here. If it had, we'd have had to hang Jordan out the window to try and catch it to protect the cameras. She's ready for it. Timeout called. Ball on the field, okay. Again, Hadley Larson at the plate. Fouls it straight back against the screen, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes to Hadley Larson. Throws a nice floater in there. What a pitch for a strikeout pitch. As she put a change of pace on it, completely fooled the batter. So that'll be a strikeout, first out of the inning. There was a throw down at first, but not in time. So Aaliyah Cowley comes to the plate now, followed by Ellie Stoker. Cowley has grounded out to second base, flown out to right field, and grounded out to second base. So she's a right-handed batter, but she's pushed it right on all 3 attempts. Outside part of the plate, that might be one reason they keep throwing that on that outside corner out there.
Can we get a lineup up to the press box? Thank you.
Fouled back against the screen again. So Cowley in a hole 0-2 here now. Again, 1 out. Emery hanging on, trying to get some runs in. Trying to tie this thing up if possible in this inning. That's 6 runs they'll need. It's a tall order, but they're a good team. Dribble to second base, picked up, go to second base for the, missed the throw. So she's safe at second. Nice job on the turn. Cammie Allen to wrestle, but just not able to field that ball. So just not able, looked like she was trying to make the quick turn for the throw at first base, but forgot to catch the ball. So safe at second is Stilson, and Cowley at first base on the fielder's choice, and the air have to go to Stilson, I guess. It's a great quick turn by Cammie Allen. So at the plate now, Ellie Stoker with runners on and only 1 down. Big time for her. Pitch outside edge called strike. Stoker reached on a base on balls, got a single and then another single. So she's been on all 3 times that she's been up. That's a good percentage. Can make something big happen here. Floater outside, ball. So 1-1 the count. Ball's low, gets away, runners advance, throw at third, not in time. Nice slide by Stilson at third base to avoid the tag. So now you got runners at second and third with Stoker up to bat, and a 2-1 count on Stoker. On deck is Bailey Luke. So as we mentioned, Stoker's been on all 3 times she's been up. Trying to reach once again, got runners in scoring position. Floats high, 3-1 the count. So 3-1 the count to Stoker. She took a walk in the second inning. Since then, 2 base hits since then. So Peyton, by the way, got to come up with something big here that she can't rip. Base hit would probably score 2. Outside, ball 3, so she loads them up. And Stoker, you can't fault that. 3 times up, or 4 times up, 4 times on the bag. So a great job by her. So now a runner will come in for run for Stoker. Again, the number's an issue. Number 2, Bailey Luke, is at the plate now. Bailey Luke stands in. She's reached 1 out of 3 on a base on balls. Checks that swing once again, ball 1. By the way, has nowhere to put her. Brielle Tuttle is on deck. So the heart of the order here for Emery, and they're making good things happen as they've got the bases loaded with only 1 down. Ball is going to be ripped into left center field. 1 run across, 2 runs across. They may send the 3rd runner, and they are going to send the 3rd runner. The throw is there in time, makes the tag. A great relay by the shortstop. So Sadie Thornton picks it up, throws it to Wrestle, and Wrestle makes a pinpoint throw to home to Kira Hart to stop the run. So a couple of runs are in, but the 3rd run gets cut down at home. So you score Ellie Stilson, you score Aaliyah Cowley, and then Ellie Stoker her runner was thrown out at home plate. So 2 outs now in the inning, and a runner at second base. And Brielle Tuttle comes to the plate. So a beautiful hit there by Bailey Luke. They do get 2 runs. And I thought it was the right call to send that runner, but unfortunately, a good call was mowed down by a great throw and relay home for the out at home. So good defense job there to slow down the rally. It will bring Brielle Tuttle to the plate. I believe that's Brielle Tuttle. Number 12, Brielle Tuttle, will come to the plate. So Emery's got 2 of the 6 runs they needed. Pitch is going to be a little bit high, ball 1 to Tuttle. And Tuttle has reached base twice, once on a walk, once on a single, and grounded out to second base the other time. By the way, that's going to drop in just over the first baseman's head, and a run on the way in, and it will score. So the Bailey Luke will score from second base, and another run is across. 7-4 the score now. Emery doing everything they can to get back in this ball game. This is a big inning for them, and it puts Brielle Tuttle at first base with 2 outs, and coming to the plate, Hadley Grimm coming to the plate to bat now. I think we're putting another runner in. They're running for about everybody here. Well, we got discussions and substitutions going on while we're at that. Once again, we mentioned some of the sponsors that have helped out for these broadcasts. Agraria Insurance Company, Beaver Valley Hospital, the Stallings Company, Utah Community Credit Union, Sunrise Engineering, Wendy's, San Pete Steel, Central Valley Medical Center. Great sponsors making these things, able to do these things through Centricom, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports. So at the plate is Hadley Grimm at the plate, strike 1 to her. Peyton, by the way, still in the circle. There were some substitutions and things going on. We'll try and figure them out as we go. Swing and a miss, strike 2 to Grimm. On deck is Zadri Norton. If Grimm can get herself on base. 0-2 the count to her. Fouls one back against the screen. I think that foul must have hit the pitcher wrong, or the catcher wrong. She's taking the time to walk the ball out there, maybe walk something off. It came up off of her, I think, back against the screen on the foul ball. So 0-2 the count here to Hadley Grimm. And they're going to take some time out. The catcher needs a drink. It is hot, folks. Stay hydrated out there. It is warm.
Morgan, can you get your lineup, please?
And with that extra gear on, it's especially warm for these catchers and umpires. With the extra protective gear on, it's tough on them. So a bit of a drink there. So here we go. Again, it's 7-3, top of the 7th. Emery battling here. They've got 2 out. They've got 3 across. And they've got a runner at first base. So Grimm now back at the plate. 0-2 count to her. By the way, looking. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will kill the rally for the 3rd out of the inning. And that will be the ball game as Grantsville will move on, and Emery will drop now into the 1-loss division. And Grantsville, for those listening, Grantsville will play again at 5 o'clock, and it looks like they will be playing Logan, the number 4 seed, at 5 o'clock. Now, Emery will drop down here and play Carbon, looks like, immediately as soon as they can get things set apart. So that's where we're at right now. We'll be back with another ball game shortly. The next games are scheduled to start at 2:30, and we'll be back on Team Hive Live and KSL Sports. We'll see you in a minute.